What's up guys, Tobiias here and welcome to episode number 9 of Let's Play Ultimate Team. And if you watched yesterday's episode, then the last 3 things we did do were 3 new players into the squad. So we do head straight into our first game here because we don't need any new players. And as you can see, this is probably the toughest game we are ever going to play in this series, I believe. I mean, that team is absolutely so, I would say OP, but they're not really that OP. They're just really great players. Obviously, it's got S-Vine up front, which he is definitely OP, but we have faced him so many times in this series. But I mean, he had Robben, he had Inform, someone's German Borussia Dortmund player, I can't remember who it was he did have. But yeah, it was probably the sweatiest game. Like, literally my hands were like dripping with sweat throughout this game. I really didn't want to lose it. If you follow me on Twitter, I did actually tweet a picture of it, and as you can see, it was so close. Me and him were creating all sorts of opportunities, and it was so even. I mean, we went into half-time at 0-0, and as you can see at the half-time stats, I mean, I haven't actually gone into a half-time dressing room at a 0-0. This is our first one this series. But as you can see there, then a great ball through to Lulic, and he did actually get to the 1-0 lead in the 49th minute, which was absolute. That I felt in this game while playing it, whoever scored first, it was going to be the one and only goal that was going to be in this game, and whoever did score it would be walking away from this game with the 3 points. So luckily for me then, it was the assist of the goal was absolutely wonderful. That pass through his 2 centre-backs was absolutely honest. It was just, I couldn't get over it when I scored it. I was so happy, and as I was saying, like, I was sweating so much. How I didn't make it 2-0 there, then I should have, but luckily for me, we did end it at a 1-0 full-time whistle with a goal from Lulic. I mean, looking at the end game stats, Lulic did actually get a rating of 8.5, and Neuer, who I think is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the game, did actually get man of the match and did get that rating of 8.6. So it was extremely equal at half-time. However, that had flipped on its head by the final whistle. I mean, he didn't actually have a shot on target in the second half, and I did have 4 in the second half. So I was absolutely dominating him in the second half. But nonetheless, though, we did get the 3 points, which is the only thing that matters in Ultimate Team if you are playing League. So after that game then, I do make a few switches. I do put Biabiani into the right mid position, and I believe I switch out Vidal in for De Rossi. I just wanted to switch things up a bit, obviously to prevent their fitness going too low. And once I've made those substitutions, I do actually go and head into the second game of this episode. And again, this is a really good Premiership squad. So I was going into this game kind of, you know, tail between my legs, wondering what the outcome is going to be, obviously, because he does have better players than me. However, you know, this is FIFA, anything can happen. However, that said, for like the 5th time this series, and it's really angering me, I concede like within the first play of the game, and I don't get what it is, but as soon as the opposition kicks off, if they kick off at the start of the game, somehow I like defend like a retard, like an absolute spack, as if I'm playing Pro Evolution Soccer. And he does actually take the lead there then, and following that he does get a goal with Aguero, following that he does get a goal with Oscar. So I was getting absolutely dominated. Luckily though, I did get a corner, and Diakite, I mean, I've said how OP he is, a 6'6" I believe he is, and his strength, he's an absolute god. So the main advantage with Diakite is going to come when you do have corners. So at the half time then, 3 shots on target. I had managed to bury 1 of them, and he had managed to bury all three of them. So I was absolutely like, I was getting a little bit wound up, not gonna lie. And then when goals like this, I'm conceding goals like this from Van Persie, I was literally just wanting to headbutt a knife, if I'm completely honest with you. But again, we do get another corner. Diakite does manage to get his head onto it in the 90th minute. So at this point, I'm kind of like, you know, game on. I do get Mira on the left-hand side of the wing here, crosses it in. And luckily for me, I do actually get a deflected shot here, then drops down to him off the post. And I do manage to rebound that again for the second goal from Biabiani in the 90th minute, but unfortunately that was a little too late in that game, and we did actually lose it 4-3. So Diakite then is getting an absolute beastly rating of 8.8, but Oscar, who absolutely literally took my virginity in that game, did actually walk away with the man of the match. So it's not the best result, but you know, it was I wouldn't say I was absolutely slapped, because, you know, 4-3, only 1 goal in it. But in fairness to him, he did deserve that win. There's no arguing about that. I didn't deserve a point there. But following that game then, I did want to buy a new centre attacking mid, and I know you're all going to be like, what the hell, the whole point of this series is to build a squad around Di Natale, and you're buying a new centre attacking mid to replace him. I'm not replacing him. It is literally just a new centre attacking mid just to keep Di Natale's fitness up. I'm going to switch them around every other few games, or bring them in halfway through a game, and I do switch Maggio there then into the right hand side. I bring out Biabiani, because I didn't think he played too well in that second game. So we do have I do put Hernandez, sorry, at the centre attacking mid position for this game. I do put Dina Tale, sorry, onto the subs bench as well. So I will bring him in later on in this game. But unfortunately, Turan again, like I'm literally about to punch my Mac here. How many times do I score straight from kickoff? And it was the exact same case in this game. And unfortunately for me, I was having an absolute mare playing FIFA today. Higuain actually managed to score for the 2-0 in the 90th minute. But, you know, 2-0 down, that's nothing. You know, I'd managed to get one back here with Mikeli. I did come back from 3-0 down in yesterday's episode. If you missed it, then come over to my channel and check it out. And I did feel, you know, I needed that little bit more pace, a little bit more of an oomph in my centre attacking mid position. So I did take off Hernandez and I did actually bring on Di Natale. And then I got that. Sergio Busquets managed to score that goal, and in fairness to him, I mean, it was an absolute cracker. But straight after that goal then, I was pushing up even more and more and more. And Miro did actually manage to get me another goal, so I did actually go into half-time at 3-2. And I mean, if you look at the half-time stats, I was not all over him, but I was getting more of the chances. I mean, 4 shots on targets compared to his 3. And again, the exact same as the game we've just looked at. He was just extremely clinical. And I mean, how I missed that, I do not know. This game actually made me rage so much. And as he was 3-2 up, look what he decided to do. Pass it around his back 4. What an absolute wanker. Go on, why don't you just pass it back to your goalkeeper as well? Oh, look, he's passed it back to his goalkeeper. When people do this online, it makes me rage so much. I mean, there's only one goal in it. It could go either way, these 3 points. And then he just went on one attack and he scored from it. And as you saw there, my controller actually turned off because I think I either punched it or threw it. So I did actually lose that game 4-2, which I was, if you do follow me on Twitter, you will know this is the game that I was raging about on Twitter. I had 8 shots on target and he still beat me simply because for a good 30 to 40 minutes in this game, he was passing it along his back 4 and his keeper. If you do that on FIFA, go and play Pro Evolution Soccer. You know, FIFA's not the game for you. Go and spend hours on pairs. But that is all for this episode then. Unfortunately, this is the first time we've actually had 2 losses in this one episode, which isn't the best. But please do let me know in the comments section below which player you would like me to bring in. I mean, I have 2,700 coins, which can bring us in a nice player in the next episode. So please do let me know who you would like me to bring in the next episode. And also, my next episode is also episode number 10. So if you want me to do anything special for my 10th episode, please do let me know in the comment section below. And until my next one, I'll be speaking to you guys later. Take care.